up, you guys? It's your boy the Kryptonian saying here, bringing you a review for One Piece chapter 88. This chapter right here, the cover page, the humor. I liked how Oda kind of transitioned from the funny and at the same time inspiring chapter with Usopp to just seeing Kobe and Himelimpo's reaction to Axe Hand Morgan being put on their ship. I would hate to be a chore boy on that ship right there, simply for the fact that you know he is going to put them through hell. You know he's going to put them through hell. That's nice, man. And I know you guys said that the Kobe stuff is animated. I can't wait till I see that, because there's got to be some filler mixed in with that, man. There's got to be filler mixed in. Now, getting into this chapter, so apparently Usopp was not done. I thought Usopp might have finished him off, man, but that wasn't the case, and I'm actually okay with that because we get some of that classic Usopp humor, which is exactly why I love the character. You know, I've told you guys before, you know, Nami is my favorite character, but I love all of these One Piece characters so much. It's really hard to just pick a solid, you know, first character. It's Nami's up there. But at any given moment, somebody could sneeze and kind of take her spot. You know, if that makes sense. Everybody's just kind of close bunched in. Now, getting into the chapter itself, when Usopp is fighting against the fish dude, I really got mentions of, well, not mentions, I really thought about Gotenks. Because, you know, Gotenks' fusion was all over the place, man. And what I mean is the character was not taking battle seriously, and yet at the same time he was taking battle seriously. And we get this sequence of events where, you know, Usopp goes from running to just flat out using these wacky ass attacks. Usopp's hammer, Usopp's rubber of doom. And, you know, just seeing that whole sequence of events where Usopp is just using attack after attack after attack with these crazy names, and his name is in all of them. You know Usopp is going to have one hell of a story to tell Kaya once he finally meets her again. And those attacks that Usopp used, they really reminded me of Gotenks when he fought Super Boo, because you had the Galactic Donut, you had the Super Ghost Kamikaze, just childish antics. And that was nice to see that, man. Just that little injection of humor. And for me, the fact that it can make me think back to a Dragon Ball moment. Dragon Ball is the series that inspired a lot of these modern day shonens. So just to see that, man, I don't know if Oda did that as a way of kind of tipping his hat towards the past, but if that's the case, very beautifully done. And let me know in the comment section below, did you see that similarity between Gotenks and Usopp? Because the more I think about it, the more similarities with their character I see. You know, if Usopp fucks around and has some spiky gold hair at one point, I'm calling it Super Saiyan. Alright, man, so getting into this chapter though, you know, the other part about it that I really enjoyed is Arlong is showing the difference between himself and the other fishermen. And it makes sense because Arlong is a shark. And Sanji himself says it. You know, Sanji says he's not like anything we've ever seen before. And I know you guys told me Arlong's bounty, I think, was like 20 million. And so if that's the case, I wonder what Zoro and their bounty would be, because there's a clear gap in strength. Arlong isn't even touching them, and these guys are collapsing, coughing up blood. And it kind of reminds me of how in the Dragon Ball universe, how in some fights, just the aura itself was enough to push you back. Or if you go as far back into Bleach, back when Bleach was actually a masterpiece and not this huge clusterfuck that it is right now. But during the Serite invasion arc with the Soul Society arc, whichever one you prefer, the name anyway, that's when Reiatsu, the spiritual pressure, was just so strong that Ichigo and the others just collapsed in front of Kenpachi. And that's what that's why I liken it to when Arlong was just using the water waves to kind of knock these guys back, and basically I can take you out without actually touching you. So I mean, this is what I mean, like when I can think about other series that I really enjoy and find little bits and pieces in them, and yet there's so much unique individual stuff in One Piece to where it doesn't feel like a ripoff. that's why this shit has a cult following. I can definitely see that. But the thing about this that just really hit me for the chapter, you know, I know some of my new subscribers are probably wondering, hey man, why do you like Nami so much? It's for reasons like this. See, Nami is back at Belle's house and she's bandaging herself up. She's got Luffy's hat on and she's wiping away her tears and she says, I'm done crying. I voiced my complaints. I'm going to join the fight. She's not the strongest person, and yet when you look at everything she went through in this arc, from shouldering the hate of her villagers or her fellow villagers, or at least the perceived hate, to that burden, taking it on as a child to free them and to go through as much as she went through to get those berries, those 93 million berries, and she needed 100 million, to facing Arlong in the end of this chapter, just staring his ass down and choosing to fight and die. That's why she's my favorite, because her spirit is strong. For as conniving as she is, and for as charming as she can be at some points, you know, it's moments like that. I really love a well-written female character, and it's moments like that just really, really make me gravitate towards Nami as a character, man. You know, once Luffy put that hat back on her head, for me, that really put Nami back into the Nami that I was used to in the crew. You know, I appreciate the different transformations she's gone through in this arc, but just this is what I'm used to seeing. This is the Nami that stood up to Kuro when Kuro was, you know, getting ready to wipe out Syrup Village. You know, she was fighting alongside the rest of them. She got cut up in order to get Zoro his swords. You know, she was fighting alongside Usopp to protect his village. That's the Nami I remember, but now she's doing it to protect her own village. She doesn't have to throw a single punch. Just that bravery. Because when you see bravery in the person you least expect, that's what makes it so much better and so much special. So when you see Nami doing this, it makes Luffy's grand re-entrance all the more better. Now granted, you know, Luffy is, you know, spitting up a huge fountain of water to the point where Arlong himself says, hey, we don't have fountains in Arlong Park. What the hell is going on here? But the thing about that is Nami inspired her villagers. Luffy making it known that he is alive and ready and he is coming, that acts like the bat symbol, basically. You know, I've got the Batman figurine over here, right? That's like the Batman symbol, that fountain of water, because when the Batman symbol gets shown over Gotham, all the bad guys know Batman is out, and the people in Gotham City, while he's a vigilante, they feel a little bit safer. And for this one, when that happens, you see Zoro and Sanji's fighting spirit rise to the point where Zoro says, I only have 30 seconds left in me, but I'm going to stand up to this guy. And it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful to see that, because it really just shows how little small things that you can do can inspire somebody. You know, they tell you, you know, to flash a smile every now and then, because that smile you give somebody might make their day, and it might keep them from doing something crazy. That's why when I'm out in public, you know, I make it a point to at least pick 3 people I don't know, to at least smile at them and ask how they're doing, you know, and to really just keep it moving, because you never know what that could do for somebody. And that's what I saw right here. You know, this chapter in itself was a setup chapter. I call it kind of like that Naruto soundtrack that's called, I believe, Turning the Table or Rising Spirits. I can't remember what it is, but just that right there, that is, that's that moment right there. So my chapter question for you guys is going to be this. What did you think when you saw Zoro take up those blades and say, I'm gonna face down Arlong even though I have no chance of defeating him and I only have 30 seconds left in me? What did you think? Were you more impressed with that, or were you more impressed with Nami deciding to stand up to Arlong for good? For me, you already know where I'm at. I'm on Nami. I'm Team Nami right now. But those are just my thoughts on this, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. As always, if you liked anything I had to say, make sure you comment, rate, subscribe, and share. I'll greatly appreciate it. That's it. Thanks for watching Kryptonian Saying. Have an awesome day.